Often in society, ignoring is considered unacceptable, and we were raised with this from childhood. You have probably heard phrases like, "Why aren't you answering? Do you just not care? Don't you dare be silent when someone is talking to you? Where do you think you're going?" and many others like them. The prohibition against ignoring is necessary to control you. It originally developed as part of parenting and learning social norms, but as with many things, once you become an adult, the tools that were useful for a child are now useless or even harmful for you. This is an innate right of every adult not to react, and with it lies immense power, but we hardly use it. The Buddha said, "As a solid rock is not shaken by the wind, so the wise are not affected by praise or blame." If we see that we have the full right not to react, both externally and internally, we gain great freedom. And one who possesses free will strives not to react but to act, because reacting is a lower form of existence. The Buddha said, "One may conquer 1,000 times 1,000 men in battle, but he who conquers just one, himself, is indeed the greatest victor." And by overcoming your own impulse to react, instead choosing conscious action, you truly win. This might be in some seemingly insignificant situation, but if you can notice in time that, for example, someone is trying to draw you into something negative, if you manage to create an internal distance and not experience the emotions expected of you, that will be a great victory. We often draw ourselves into such situations as well. It's not necessary another person, or a situation may arise independently of you and other people. It's not particularly important how it happened. What's important is what you will do about it. There are two levels of ignoring, external and internal. Achieving the internal level is difficult, but it's the most effective. This is when nothing inside is truly disturbed. It's an amazing feeling. Something is happening. Normally there would be a reaction, but there is genuinely, sincerely and completely none. But you can start with external. Our body and mind are interconnected, and physical behavior affects the state of the mind, emotions and mood. Even so, our mind and speech are interconnected. Ignore with quiet calm, not with rudeness. Ideally, it's best to ignore in a neutral way. That is true ignoring both externally and internally. The Buddha said, "Let him go on his way, serene, free from cares, with senses pacified, with wisdom fortified, not arrogant." Here it's important not to forget the right motivation, as ignoring is not coldness or indifference that would cause harm to you and others. No, absolutely not. It's precisely calmness in those cases where a reaction would cause harm to you or others. An internal distance that does not allow the entire chain to start. Immersion in the situation, words, thoughts, emotions, action, even more emotions, bad words, then mentally replaying what happened for a whole hour or a day or several days, the whole chain reaction of unpleasant things, by eliminating your own vulnerability with calmness. And yet we walk around as if naked. Anyone who wants can just take and drag us into a pile of negative experiences, ruin our day or even a whole week. But if you can ignore with goodwill, that's truly magnificent. The highest level, not reacting externally, not reacting internally, and maintaining goodwill. And this is a freedom to be enjoyed, having cast off the heavy burden of experiences. It's also interesting that in society, living when someone is talking to you is considered unacceptable, although if someone is speaking to you rudely and you as a reasonable person strive to avoid causing harm, and you see that there is no other resolution of the situation except for increasing rudeness, then why not leave? Any counterattack is an extreme measure from which there is almost never any benefit or result for anyone, and if it can be avoided, then why not do so? Someone is being rude to you, you can simply leave. Someone is threatening you, you can leave. After all, by reacting, you are doing exactly what the rude person wants from you. The Buddha said, "Don't speak harshly to anyone. What you say will be said back to you." The Buddha was regularly provoked. People tried to make him lose his temper, intimidate him, insult him, and show disrespect in every way. He did not react at all, and it's precisely the right to ignore that provides freedom from reacting to provocations. Remember, you truly, really, at any moment from almost any situation, can just get up and leave. Wave your hand, shrug your shoulders, say you need to go, or don't say anything, just walk away. Very rarely in life are there actual physical obstacles to doing this. Most such limitations are only in our mind and in certain social constructs, nothing more. In reality, they do not exist. Moreover, the right to ignore applies not only to the place we are in now, but also to the place we live or regularly visit. And if there is an opportunity to change your environment and surroundings to higher ones, why not do it? If it causes no harm to anyone and benefits you, it's reasonable. The Buddha said, "If wandering you do not find a companion better or equal, then resolutely continue on your path alone. There is no fellowship with fools. One should not associate with bad friends, nor with the vile. One should associate with good friends and with the best of men." There are different places on the planet, different groups. We are free to choose whom to surround ourselves with, whom to befriend and communicate with, what city, which public places to frequent, with whom to do business and work, and with whom not to. Usually this just happens somehow by itself. But again, you are not a branch thrown into a river, simply carried by the current. You are a human being, and by making a decision, you can change many things in your own life and the life of other people. We can also use ignoring to improve both ourselves and the people around us. For example, if someone near you starts maliciously gossiping or speaking badly about others behind their back, we can simply remain silent. Condemning those who do such things probably not worthwhile, as condemnation often leads to alienation. But if we do not respond, if we do not support such a conversation, then it will stop. And that is good for both you and others. And if your motivation is correct, namely increasing your happiness and the happiness of others, avoiding harm to yourself and avoiding harm to others, then ignoring can be very useful.